Hello everyone, this is Doug Nelson, and I want to explore today the benefits to the lymphatic system from taking a full, deep, and complete breath. And in some ways this is just a little bit surprising, and I hope you find it valuable as well. I have to correct first just a little kind of misunderstanding, certainly misunderstood by me. In the years past, you always heard about belly breathing, abdominal breathing, as though that were taking a full and complete breath. But again, it's a little bit of a misunderstanding. If you have a container, if you have a bellows or a balloon, and if you poured, a substance into it, let's say water, you're pouring into that, it doesn't project in one dimension only. You'd fill that balloon and it would expand in a 360 degree arrangement, all sides at once. It would fill the bottom first and then slowly build to the top. And that's really the way your lungs work as well. So images matter. So if you have that image of just, your stomach projecting outwards, and by the way, that happens because as the diaphragm comes down, your intestines are in the way and they have to move out of the way, and that's the kind of the projection of your belly that you see. But that's only part of the story, just one dimension. You're also expanding on the sides and in the back as well, and then up the thorax. So that's first. And kind of to that end, if people are out of breath, if you've exerted yourself, why is it that almost everyone bends over, puts their hands on their knees to kind of recover? Well, there's a reason for this, and it's a bit of a surprising one, in that, ready for this, 30% of your lungs are actually posterior to your spine. So when you see images like always, you see stuff like on the left, you think the lungs are in the front of your chest. This image in the middle gives you some sense of the ribs being posterior to your spine, and your lungs are filling that whole area. I just grabbed a spine in my house and turned it upside down, so now you're looking at it from the bottom up. But on the right side, look at this. Here's the spine. All this is all filled with your lungs. So again, that's a lot of lung capacity that is really posterior to your spine, and for many people is largely uninhabited territory. A little bit of another story. So when you breathe, your ribs can do a couple of different things. The major movements are that your lower ribs expand outwards, your upper ribs expand upwards, and this is called in the upper ribs the pump handle motion. If I grew up on a farm, and if you push the pump handle down, then things would happen in the front. That's why you have that kind of motion. And in the bucket, same thing. As the bucket handle comes out lateral, it widens. Your lower ribs are like this bucket handle motion. That's very important. In another video, and another time, we'll talk about the neurological implications of this. And they're quite important, actually. So here's a simple thing you can do, just to start, is lying on your back. Just put your one hand over your abdomen, put one hand over your chest, and just get that sense of filling from the bottom up so that you feel your lower hand move. You can feel kind of as the diaphragm comes down, your intestines have to get out of the way. That's the movement in your lower hand. But then see if you can get that image of filling all the way up, filling into your chest, so your chest is also rising toward the end of your breath. And the kind of, in a way, the bigger the motion, you get this kind of undulation that happens with every breath. And that turns out to be a really great thing. Again, at another time, we'll talk about the neurological implications of this. We can talk about the implications for spinal health. But right now I want to show you a little video from a researcher, Lisa Hobbs. Really astounding. Before we do, I just want to show you, this is a picture of the lymphatic system, and here is the cisterna chyli. And this is kind of the major duct where everything is collecting and then is dispersed. So what they did is actually put a tube into the cisterna chyli on a dog, and then actually create kind of a abdominal pump, doing like an action on the abdomen to kind of increase that movement. It's honestly, now the manually doing that to an abdomen is a little more aggressive than just deep breathing, but deep breathing alone will certainly have some effect. And watch this video. It's only 51 seconds, and it's just a piece of a presentation that she did at a conference. But it's really quite amazing, the work that she did. Check this out.
So the abdominal pump, I'm about to show you a video if you haven't figured that out yet. What you'll be looking at is on the left side is some lymph we're collecting into a test tube. This is the fluid that I take up to the lab, and we do flow cytometry and isolate cells and run different types of immune assays on. On the left, it's the base flow rate, and then on the right, you'll notice there's a little bit of movement going on, and that's during the abdominal lymph pump. And that's really just to show you visually. This is the first time I saw the technique and actually saw the lymph flowing, and it's as simple as you can visually see it, but yes, we do have more quantitative measures than a video. But just to give you an idea of how quickly the fluid will start to flow rapidly within seconds of beginning the pump therapy.
So again, I think when you see that and you see the comparison of kind of the control group to the right, just, and then how much more lymphatic flow there is with the larger movement in the abdomen, that is absolutely remarkable. So being sedentary, actually, that thing, sitting is actually dangerous, right? So we need to move, we need to have full and complete breathing to accentuate these biological processes that in the end really do matter in terms of our general health. So hope you found that fascinating. Thanks for watching.